All right, guys, we're going to take a look at Friday's classwork here. We're doing the same thing as we did yesterday. You are going to be given two fractions, and you got to do a couple things. One is to explain or to prove that they're equivalent. So you can do that with a picture or a number line, and you can check it with numbers. And then we're also going to be able to need to explain that as to why they're equivalent. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at number one. First thing, look at what your fractions are. We're going to show that 1/2 is equal to 4/8 with a picture. Okay, so first thing, draw two pictures that are the same size. Now let's make both of these equal the original fraction. So we'll split them both into halves, and we're going to shade 1/2 in both of them. This shows us that the denominator is the same, and the numerator. So the denominator is the same because of our shape being the same size, and numerator is the same because we have the same amount shaded. So far, they're equivalent fractions because they're the same fraction. Now I'm going to split the second one into 4/8. I'm going to make more partitions, more divisions, so it has 8s. Okay? So right now it has 1/2. That's 2/4. We'll split it again. Every piece is the same size, so now it's 4/8. Okay? So here we have 1/2 is equal to 4/8. Okay, I know that the two fractions are equivalent because I made them both equal 1/2 at first. So if you make them both the same fraction, that's one way that you know that they're going to be equivalent because they were the same fraction when you started. Okay. Pause for a second if you need time. Double check this. If you're ready, let's look at number two. Okay, show that 2/3 is equal to 6/9 with a picture. So we got to prove it. They're telling us they're equal. They just want us to show it. Okay, so we're looking at 2/3 and 6/9. So first thing, two pictures that are the same size. This shows that the denominator is the same. The whole is the same. Okay, now we're going to make them both the original. That way, we'll know that they're equal because they're not just going to be equal, they're going to be the same, exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to make them both equal 1/3, 2/3, 1/3, 2/3. Okay, so right now both fractions are 2/3. We're going to change the second one into 6/9. Okay, so I know if I split it here, I'm going to get 4/6. So I need to split it. Each section needs to be split twice. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 out of 9. 6/9 are shaded. And here, 2/3 are shaded. So I know 2/3 is equal to 6/9. Let me double check this. Make sure I got the same multiplier on the top and the bottom. 2 times blank is 6. 3, and 3 times blank is 9. That's 3. Okay, so we know that's correct. We also saw that one section here, one section got split into 3. That's multiplying by 3. Okay, so another explanation we can give is I know that the two fractions are equivalent because I multiplied both parts by the same number. As in 2 and 3, both were multiplied by 3 to equal 6/9. Pause this if you need. If you're ready, let's look at number 3. Okay, show that 4/5 is equal to 8/10 with a number line. All right, first thing, let's make two number lines that are going to be the same size. And I'm just going to trim off that edge there so they're exactly the same. Now I want them both to start out equaling 4/5. Okay, so I'm going to make 4/5 on both of these. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want them both to be 4/5. So here's your point on 4/5. Here's your point on 4/5. And I'll label this one. Just the top one because I'm going to change the bottom one in a second. 4/5, right? Now I need the bottom one to equal 8/10. Okay, so I know one thing I can do is 4 times 2 is 8. So each section needs to be split into 2 because I multiplied by 2. 4 times 2 is 8, so split it into 2. Let's count. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think that's going to work. Let's go ahead and label. 0/10, 2/10, 4/10, 6/10, 8/10. Is that what I wanted? Yep, right there. That's what I want. 8/10 to match with 4/5 and 10/10. Okay, so here you can see 4/5 is equivalent to 8/10. They're the same distance on the number line. All right, I know that the two fractions are equivalent because both points are the same distance from 0 and the whole. As in, they both have the same amount of distance from here to the point, from here to the point. They also have the same distance from the point to the hole, point to the hole. They're in the same spot. Okay? Check that, rewind if you need to. Otherwise, let's look at last one, number 4. Okay, show that 1/4 is equal to 3/12 with a number line. First thing we got to do is make our look at our fractions, and then we're going to make number lines. So let's go ahead and make 2 number lines. Let's just start there. 2 number lines that are equivalent, 2 number lines that are the same size. Don't even worry about anything besides making the number lines first. Now, let's make them both 1/4 to make sure that they're equivalent. So I'll split them both in half. Now I'll split them both into fourths. And I'll label just the first one, 0/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. And I want them to both start out equaling 1/4 for my points on both of them. 1/4, that's my point. Okay. Now I want the second one to equal 3/12. And let me just think for a second. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So my multiplier is 3, which means each section is going to get split into thirds. So I'm going to split each section into 3. Like that, so 1, 2, 3. All right, let me label to make sure I've got this right. So let's do 0/12, 0, 1, 2, 3, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Okay, and I wanted to make sure 1/4 is equivalent to 3/12, so here it is. 1/4 is equivalent to 3/12. All right, I know the two fractions are equivalent because I created the same number line twice and just added more divisions to the second, which basically just means I never moved this point, this red dot. I never moved him up or down. He stayed in the same place. All I did was add more lines. Okay, it was the same number line both times. All right. Pause, go back, look at any part you guys need to see again. Otherwise, if you think you got it, the backside's optional homework, and hopefully you got it. You'll understand it. Good luck.